Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another coding tutorial with Victoria Olson. We are going to be taking a look today at code.org/learn. This is where the Hour of Code was born, and this is a feature on Computer Science Week that takes place in December, and it is a great program for anybody learning how to code. So as you can see, I'm at code.org/learn, and if we scroll down, there's all kinds of different games, tutorials for beginners, and more advanced things. We can look at unplugged coding, so if you don't have any devices for computer science work, you can always do Hour of Code manually. We have little different phone and tablet kind of applications, and you can also make your own apps and games. So today you'll notice I have 3 tabs open with the same site because we're going to explore a few of them, and today we're going to start with tutorials for beginners. So you can cruise through these different levels, and I'm just going to wait for this to load for a second, but you can cruise through these different levels and there'll be different videos that can show throughout. I'm just going to exit the video. I have seen them before, but it will show you how to move different characters, often called sprites. So we're going to be moving the sprite across the screen, and this is very similar. These little blocks are very similar to Scratch. So if you ever have used Scratch, these blocks are very Scratch-like. So we can drag a move block, and we're going to snap it below here to the other blocks. So we're going to get the bird to move forward 2 times, and then to run our program, we're going to have to go down here and press run. All right, I hope you appreciate those sound effects, pretty wonderful. But I'm going to press show code here so that you can actually see what you did to get that character to move. Now, using block-based coding is very basic, of course, but this is leading you into the understanding of what these different programming languages can actually mean. So we're going to move on to level 2. So when I run, I need to move forward, and this time we're going to move 3 blocks in. They have to snap in. We press run. Now, again, I could show the code, but these are pretty simple puzzles, so let's move on to something a little bit more difficult. Now, as you can see, the characters have changed here, but what we want to do is get the zombie to the sunflower, but we want to avoid the scary plant. Let's actually just see what happens if we get into the scary plant. Oh, we got eaten. Okay, so we want to definitely avoid the scary plant. We're going to press reset. So what we are going to do for this level is use something called repeat blocks. And this is like those loops that we talked about in other tutorials. We want the zombie to repeat these actions until he reaches the sunflower. However, like we discovered before, he is facing the scary flower, so we definitely want him to turn to the right before he starts any actions. We're going to want him to move forward, but then he's going to have to turn left, and he's going to have to move forward again. At the top, you're going to see your workspace that we've gotten to the max number of blocks that we can use, so let's just see if our code works. Brains. At the bottom, we're going to see how many lines of code we've written so far in the tutorials, and then we can also reveal the code that we've used. Now there's another if block. So once again, these are conditional modifiers. We've looked at these in other games, but they're disguised in different ways in different programs. So let's take a look at the if modifier. So we would say that the zombie should run, it should repeat until it gets to the sunflower, it will move forward, and if the path goes to the left, it's going to do what? Turn left. Let's see if it works. Brains. As you can see, he followed that conditional modifier. If we had told him to turn right, he might have hit that scary plant. So the cool part about coding is that everything is just guess and check. So there's nothing wrong with getting it wrong. We just have to see if we can get it right. And that's a lot of trial and error to learn how that works. So in this case, I've never played this level before. I'm just going to try it live for the first time, and we'll see if I can get it. Brains. Well, lucky me. We're going to exit this tutorial now, and we are going to go into learning how to play the Flappy Bird game. This is really engaging for kids because they can learn how to play their own Flappy Bird or how to code their own Flappy Bird game. So at the top, instead of seeing when run, we see when click. So when we flap, we play that wing sound. Now I'm going to run it, and I can tap or click, and you can see every time I click, it makes the sound. Let's get a little more advanced. All right, so we have all of these different pieces of code, and we have when we run, it's going to be a normal speed. When we click, he's going to flap a normal amount. We can also make them random, very small, small, very large, and so on. I'm just going to keep it normal. When he hits the ground, it's going to end the game. When he hits an obstacle, what should it do when he hits an obstacle? It should probably end the game as well. When we pass an obstacle, we're going to score a point. When we flap, let's see. And I'm going to play the wing sound as well. I'm also going to set the speed. Set the scene. I want maybe, let's make it sci-fi. And let's make the player, let's make it a spaceship. And we want to score a point. I'm going to add 1 point every time we score. Let's go. As you can see, my spaceship in sci-fi is underway. And here I'm making my own game that I coded myself. And just because I made the game doesn't mean I'm good at it. Thanks for watching these ETMN tutorials on learning how to code. This has been a wonderful series this year, and I thank you very much for watching all of our tutorials. Hopefully you can tune in next year when we can hopefully offer some new tutorials for the new school year. Thanks again for watching. This is Victoria.